Okay, so let's set the scene. Your daughter is 10. She's been doing Learn to Play for a couple of seasons, and she's totally hooked. She loves volleyball. But now she's starting to say she wants more, a bigger challenge. And you're sitting there thinking, okay, what does more even look like at 10 years old? What's the next step on this path?
First off, you are definitely not alone in asking this. This is a huge moment for so many young athletes and their families. It's that point where a fun little hobby starts to feel like a real passion. So let's treat this as your guide, your roadmap for what's coming next, and how you can be the best support system for her on this journey.
To figure out where we're going, we first need to understand the whole map. It's not about just throwing her into the most intense, competitive program you can find. It's about finding the right fit for where she is right now, developmentally. And lucky for us, sports scientists have already created a proven roadmap for this very thing.
It's called the Long-Term Athlete Development Model, or LTAD for short. Seriously, think of this as the master plan for an athlete's entire journey. Its whole purpose is to make sure the coaching, the training, and the competition all match up perfectly with a child's physical and mental stage. It's how you build a great athlete without causing burnout, and it's how you make sure they love the game for life.
All right, so what does this master plan actually say about a 10-year-old who's chomping at the bit for more? Let's get specific and pinpoint exactly where she fits on this map. This is where everything starts to make sense.
So she's probably just wrapping up the fundamental stage. That's where it was all about the ABCs of just being an athlete, right? Agility, balance, coordination. But now at 10, she is walking right into what might be the single most important skill-building window of our entire athletic life. It's called the learning to train stage.
I love this analogy because it's perfect. The fundamental stage, that was learning the alphabet of how to move your body. But learning to train, this is where she starts putting those letters together to form actual words and sentences in the language of volleyball. The focus shifts from just having fun to developing fundamental skills while having fun. And here's what that looks like in the real world. The ideal split, according to the experts, is 70% training and only 30% competition. Why? Because the goal isn't the final score on the board. The goal is learning how to use new skills in a game situation. It's about building that rock-solid foundation she'll rely on for years to come.
Okay, so knowing all that, what are coaches actually looking for when a 10 or 11-year-old shows up to a tryout for a more competitive team? I'll give you a hint. It's probably not what you're thinking.
They are looking for potential, not a polished, perfect player. Sure, they'll check the basics. Can she get a serve over the net? Can she pass a ball? But what they are really looking for is coachability. When a coach gives her a piece of advice, does she look them in the eye, nod, and then really try to do it? That eagerness to learn, that's gold. It's worth so much more than any skill she already has.
And this quote just nails it. It gets to the heart of what coaches are scouting for beyond just the physical stuff. They're not just looking for skills, they're looking for a great teammate. An athlete who brings a positive attitude and a team-first mentality is an absolute game changer because that's what a winning culture is built on.
And speaking of culture, this whole journey is a team sport off the court too. As a parent, your role is absolutely crucial, but it's also very, very specific. And understanding your job, well, that's one of the biggest keys to making this a fantastic experience for everybody. The best youth sports programs run on a very simple, very powerful principle: parents parent and coaches coach. Your job is the amazing job of supporting, motivating, and making sure your daughter is fed, rested, and ready to go. The coach's job is all the technical stuff, the skills, the strategy, the playing time. Keeping those lines clear makes everything run so much smoother.
And that clarity has to extend to the sidelines during the game. Your role in the stands is to just be a fan of the whole game. Cheer for great plays, no matter which team made them. Model the kind of sportsmanship you want your kid to have. And please, the car ride home is not the time for a post-game analysis. It's for, I love watching you play. That's it. Let the coach be the coach.
And this isn't just a friendly suggestion, by the way. Sports organizations take sideline behavior really seriously now. So seriously, in fact, that many use something called a purple card. This is a formal penalty that the referee gives to the team because of a spectator's bad behavior. It's a pretty stark reminder that the atmosphere in that gym is everyone's responsibility.
Now, as we're talking about this long-term journey, it's pretty cool to see how the training itself is changing. As your daughter grows up in the sport, the tools that coaches use to help her get better are evolving like crazy.
So get ready for the new age of coaching, because we are way past stopwatches and clipboards. What you're looking at here is a player analytics dashboard.
Little sensors worn by the athletes can give coaches super precise data on everything: jump height, how fast they move, how quickly they change direction. It helps them customize training and even predict and prevent injuries. It's amazing stuff.
And that's just the beginning. The future is practically here. We've got AI that can analyze game film in minutes. We have robots that can serve or set a ball perfectly thousands of times in a row for practice. There's even virtual reality that lets athletes work on their decision-making without any physical wear and tear on their bodies. It is a completely new world out there.
But, with all the science and the models and the cool technology, it's easy to forget what's really at the heart of all this. This journey is a marathon, not a sprint. And honestly, your most important job through it all is to protect her love for the game. So the real question isn't just about what club to join next, it's how will you, as her biggest fan, help her enjoy every single step of the journey.